Go. Go.
Away. Theme song, this is your theme song. This is all you fucking get until more people subscribe to us. Then you'll get a better theme song. But for now, we love you because you are the only ones watching and listening. So fucking A. Cool.
Ta-da. Welcome to When Wife Gives You Lemons.
Whoa, John is fucking on. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm super duper. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I got like 3 nopes today.
Whoa.
And I want to appreciate, first I want to reach out to the message that we got last week saying that I didn't fart and it was funny and they need some more farts from my butt.
No, that's...
Well, I have been trying, but I got nothing right now, but I promise I will fire some off before long. And they'll be a great surprise, and you'll be laughing because you're like, oh my God, there it is. It's so funny.
This fart's for you.
I will dedicate the next on-air fart to whoever the fuck wrote that. I don't know. Anyway, enjoy you. Thank you. I appreciate you. My butt appreciates you.
I have Dr. Pepper in my car. That always does it for me. So, speaking of Dr. Pepper, I was waiting for Brodie to get off the bus, and I had already picked up Caleb. So, I was like, okay, well, we're waiting for Brodie's bus to get here. I'll take you to Fast Stop, get your brother candy and a drink, right? He fucking comes out, and he's like, Mom, I got you something. And I was like, oh. He pulls out a Diet Coke, John.
Is this from Caleb?
Yes. And he goes, you don't drink Diet Coke. And I was like, no, I don't. I think it's just, my taste buds think it's disgusting. If you like it, I'm not saying anything. It's just not for me. And he's like, yeah, it was between Diet Dr. Pepper and Diet Coke. And I'm all, do you not know
You're
me?
like, when have you ever seen Diet Coke in our fridge?
And when in our house, in our home. I was all, fucking kind of hurt.
I want to start by giving Brodie props.
Yay, Brodie.
Brodie deserved it because he, like, if there was one of those memes where you're like, you know that meme, like, where the dude does something super like Thug Life and they, like, throw the glasses on him and walk off?
Uh-huh.
Brodie did that. So let me set the story. Let me set the stage.
Brodie also got student of the quarter, so fucking, this kid's rocking shit.
He says he cooks, let's see, was he doing here? He was cooking something. Okay. So, hang on. I got to remember the whole story because there was a little more to it. So, Brodie was cooking something. French fries. He had started them. They were in for a couple minutes. Caleb walks in, doesn't say anything, stops the air fryer, dumps the fries into a plate, throws them on the counter. Walks back, takes the last of the cheese mozzarella sticks, throws them in, lets them run to go cook them, and walks off and plays video games. Fast forward 8 minutes. They're done. They beep. Caleb is playing video games, so he forgets and hasn't come out yet. Brodie walks in the kitchen and goes, what the fuck? I go, whoa, bro. He goes, these fries. I go, well, yeah, I guess Caleb took them out or something. He goes, they're still frozen, Dad. They weren't even cooked. He didn't even cook them. Or he didn't let them cook. He just took them out in the middle. So he's all pissed off. Fast forward a couple more minutes. I'm sitting in the little race rig that we have, for the iRacing. And Tyler's sitting next to me eating mozzarella sticks. And Caleb comes out and goes, did you guys eat my mozzarella sticks? And I look over at Tyler, and Tyler looks at me and goes, Brodie gave them to me. And I fucking fell out. So Brodie freaking straight up, like freaking schooled, like was like, all right, motherfucker. Walks over and goes, here, brother. He
Big
goes,
brother.
I thought he was being really nice to me because I graduated the academy thing. I thought he was being really nice. And he goes, no. I go, no, dude. He was fucking his brother up. So Caleb can't find a shit, and Tyler's eating him. And it was just all I could picture with his little glasses on, and then Brodie's like fries back in the air fryer, and he's like
Eating his fries.
Brodie's like, Caleb's like, what the fuck? And he's like, well, I was like, oh shit, fight.
Okay, that kind of reminds me of a story when I was younger. I go in the refrigerator and there's a Snickers bar. And I'm all, what the fuck? And Adam comes in the kitchen and he goes, oh, Mom and Dad bought me a Snickers. And I was like, they didn't buy me one? And he's like, no, you were sleeping. I'll half it with you. And I was like, what an amazing baby brother. So he halves it. I eat half. He eats half. Parents come home from work and I'm all, what the fuck, dude? You buy Adam a candy bar? And they're like, Joey, Adam ate his last night.
He just fucking schooled you. Fucking kids. They're such dicks.
Such dicks.
So that was the way I wanted to start that.
Good start.
We also, we went to your author signing event.
Well, we should go first. Our oldest.
Oh, our oldest graduated to Firefighter Academy for Forestry.
Mm-hmm.
So congrats to him. We're super proud of him. He got to meet his girlfriend's parents. That was interesting.
We did meet the girlfriend's parents.
They were cool.
I didn't really get to talk to him because
Joy talked to Tyler's friend Grace the whole time.
I'm going to adopt her. She's adorable.
I think she got collected.
She did.
I think all the kids are going to end up getting collected and coming over here a lot.
So,
which is cool. I'm okay with that because I like all the kids.
So what happened was, I have to explain what happened. One, so the girlfriend, her name's Aubrey.
You weren't in it.
Can you not hear me?
Well, you weren't talking into it.
Says the man who never talks into it. Would you like me to back away now?
Jesus.
No, Joy.
Would you finish?
Just fucking Joy.
Would you finish?
I think that sometimes too. So anyway, so Aubrey comes, the girlfriend, and she was like, hey, I'm bringing my parents. So we were like, fuck, we're going to meet the parents. Okay. So whatever, no big deal. They don't stand with us during the graduation because the mom got a really good spot to take videos and pictures.
Which is fine.
Tyler's grandparents showed up, and
it was great to see them.
I don't know. I got really happy when I saw them because it's been so long.
Honestly, I was super excited. I gave Jean like 3 hugs.
Same. I was like, okay, one more. I really liked her. And then like during the ceremony, I had my hands on her shoulders. I like them.
I do too.
And she actually texted me. I need to text her back, but I'm still like
processing
book author signing hangover.
So we finished said
I'm not done with this story.
Sorry, go.
So Aubrey goes, I'm going to go stand with my parents. Grace, the friend, goes, I'm going to stay with Joy. And I was like, okay, we're going to get in trouble. So Grace is handing me pretzels throughout the ceremony. And we're laughing. We're having fun. So we decided every time people clapped, we were going to eat the pretzels because, I have thin cheeks, so I chew super loud. I get it. My ex-boyfriend used to beat the shit out of me, literally.
Because you're thin cheeks?
Because I have thin cheeks, and he said he could hear me chewing. And I was like...
Is that what he said? You have thin cheeks?
Yeah. So anyway...
All right.
So...
I don't think your butt cheeks.
So Grace and I are just having fun. We're talking about all the people. And like I had like 2 pretzels in my mouth. And like a couple people weren't clapping really loud. And I'm all, I need one really popular. So we were laughing. And then we're talking. And then I look over. And it was really hot.
It was
very hot. So I look over and I'm like, dude, why are you wearing a jean jacket? And she goes, because Aubrey's parents are here. Now, I was wearing a beautiful dress, but my tits were out. The tits, they looked good. I had some cleavage, so I'm all, Grace, give me your jacket. And she's like, no, you dress like a floozy to meet the parents. I was like, I didn't know they were coming. She's like, you have to live with your decisions. And I'm all... So they're
You're like, fine, collected.
so they're walking towards us, and I'm like, give me your jacket. She's like, it's too late. It's too late. You look like a floozy. You're a floozy. And I'm like, shoot.
You didn't look like a floozy.
So, it was fun, whatever. We met them. I didn't realize, this was my bad. I didn't realize how close Tyler was to them.
Already, right. Because he's known him for a few years.
Right, but they've only been dating for like 4 or 5 months.
Maybe 6 months.
Yeah, so.
Maybe a little longer, who knows?
It surprised me. Like, nothing wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong. It just kind of surprised me that they were there. And I was not expecting it. I was not dressed for it. I had penis stuff in my car because as soon as the graduation ended, we took pictures, said we love you, and then we were on our way to Ontario for my signing.
Extremely slow.
Yes.
We left Malibu. We had to go from Malibu to Ontario, and we got there in 3.5 hours. We averaged 26 miles an hour.
It was.
We averaged 26 miles an hour. We did not stop. We did not stop for food. We did not stop for drinks. We did not stop for peeing. 26 miles an hour for 3.5 hours to go like 50 miles.
And when we got there, when we walked in, it was immediately on. Like, people were screaming my name. I'm running around hugging people. I made John check us into the hotel room because I was all...
How funny was it, though, when the lady saw, oh, you did so good, but unfortunately, she has to sign. I go, her signature.
That is her signature.
Goes, oh.
You're good.
Well, you're good.
Well, the funny part is she put us across from Ember, and she's also...
She put us across from another author.
Right. She's also an author. You should check out Ember Rain. And so I did not know this because I'm running around like a damn person hugging everybody. And so she goes, oh, I put you across the hall. And John goes, don't mind the animal noises. So then I walk up and they're like, oh, you're across the hall from us. And I go, oh, don't mind the animal noises. And she's like, that's what he said. And now they're looking at each other like, what fucking noises are they making?
What's going to happen?
So then we basically get upstairs. Did we even have time to eat? We did. We ate. And then I went downstairs and like we were doing, we got to do live reads. There were narrators there.
I thought it was super funny, though. It's like, I'm going to say this because this was quite interesting and quite entertaining.
Okay.
So when you read these books, like a lot of these books, even if they're great books, like you kind of read them, you're reading them. They're yours. You're reading them to yourself, right? So when they're reading them out loud, I was like, they're reading porn out loud right now. Like, like hardcore. Like there's some hardcore shit going on right now.
Verlene Landon is my girl. Fucking love Verlene.
It's like these ladies are reading live porn to the crowd right now,
and they're loving it. Oh my god, the one lady who read Luna Joya, who read the Kraken book and talking about tentacles.
It was wild. That was just the first day.
That was the first day,
and I'm just a guy who just hangs out and stays out of the way most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I let Joy do all her stuff. Now, I will say, I was outside. I was breathing, and I'm sitting out there, and one of the other boyfriends, it was his first time at one. Now, I think his lady's been to a couple because I remember her.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've met her. And he comes out, and he's sitting with me, and we're talking, and he goes, your wife's kind of popular at these things. And I go, yeah, they all like her a lot around here. He's like, yeah, I noticed, man. They all came in and they were like, one person after another was like, we're all running up to her. And I go, yeah, I know, it's wild. It's the weirdest shit. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. I never would have in 1,000 years. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I never would have thought this was going to be our life.
Right. Like, it's super. She's like, it's weird. And you know what? I'm the popular husband.
You are the popular husband.
Because I got the popular chick in the group.
It's weird. I do feel somewhat famous when we're doing those because, I mean, people come up. It's crazy. So anyway, that was cool. And I think I must have told John like 30 times on the way up to our hotel room, I want my books to be audio. I want my books to be audio. Like,
You should.
it was so fun. And I've had so many people that are like, dude, your voice, like you have a voice.
You could read your own audio.
They're like, you have a really good voice. So anyway,
Should we read them together?
like we should, John.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
I'm
fucking
in.
do it.
Then we'll start another podcast. Joy makes John read her books.
No, we'll just read them together. We'll go through chapter by chapter, one by one.
Yes.
I'll do the dude and you do
Yes.
the chick. So let's rock.
I'm in. Oh my God. So anyway, the narrators are doing their thing. And then some of the authors did theirs. I did mine because I'm like, touch a microphone. Yes. And a couple of the people are like, you're so brave. And I'm all, this is my element,
like,
dude.
You're so brave because you didn't read a hardcore scene. You didn't read hardcore porn that time. You didn't read about tentacles and jizz.
No.
You read about meeting a funny character and giggling.
Yeah. And you know what? How fun was that when people like laughed
And then
at the parts I wanted them to laugh at?
And then they actually had a few come up the next day and ask to buy that book too.
My very first person who came up to my table was like, I want the book you read last night. And I was like, because, going up also, like, I always have to, like, second guess everything I do. So I'm like, shit, should I have read? And then, like, the whole time I'm like, my books aren't as good as theirs. Like, it's a whole thing. So then the next day is the signing, and I bought a huge penis pillow. He was on sale. His name's Little John. He has an adoption certificate. He's mine. I love him. I sold a lot of books. It was... What was that face for?
I'm trying to look at these weird notes I got right here that are odd. But those are old, but it's super weird. Anyway.
So I sold a bunch of books. It was... I'm going to say it was a success. It was a good...
It was fun.
I sold a lot of series.
We had a lot of fun.
I'm running around in a big ass tutu. Sorry guys, I got fat again. Fuck man, I lost all that weight and then gained it all right back. I'm not happy. Whatever.
So now you've said it out loud to everybody. Now you're all rare.
I know.
Anyway.
No.
So check it out. I got a couple more nopes.
Okay.
Can't I do my nopes?
Yeah, John.
No, do your nopes.
No.
No, do yours. I don't want to hear my nopes.
No, go, and then we'll finish it off with Drunk Joy.
Oh, because that was the end of the night anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to point out that we were in Ontario, which was, we were basically almost right on top of Ontario Motor Speedway, which used to be there from like 1972 or 3, maybe. I have to look it up, but it got closed in 1980. It was a sister track to like, say, Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
I didn't know that.
It looked just like it, kind of, for the most part. It's rectangle anyway. So that was the first race I ever went to, and it was the last one. And I always thought it was crazy, and then I realized, holy crap, we're like right on top of it, which was really cool. So, but I also wanted to point out that it was very pretty. A lot of the areas were super pretty and built, but it's a slum in disguise.
Yes. Because it's an airport town.
It's wild. Like, I was like, wow, it's pretty busy. I mean, it's pretty. And then I was like, whoa, where'd that come from?
Well, when we went to fucking Target.
I had a crackhead walk up to me outside and go, hey, man, how's it going? I go, good. He's like, do you need any party favors? And he was doing this, wiping his chin off. And I go, no, you can go. He goes, all right, have a good night. And he just took off. Never saw him again.
Ew.
And then I went to Target. I went again after I got water, and there's a dude standing in line like he had put the shirt on from the rack, like it still had the 2X thing in the middle of his back, the big long sticker. And he's just standing in line, and he was going to the return line to return something else. I was like, man, this guy didn't even take the sticker off that thing. And it's like been there all day. It has, right? Or even at least for the 20 minutes he was wearing the shirt.
Oh my God.
And I thought that was wild. I just thought it was wild that it was like such a slum in disguise. And then there was the peak, the one I saw that just sealed it all for me. I'm walking in, and this lady walks by me. I can't see what she looks like. She's in a short skirt
and long jacket.
from like I'm way back, and I'm like, the hell, who dresses like this, right? She's in a short skirt and like a tube top type thing, and I'm like, okay, who's dressing like this in a like some kid who's going to do this? And they're walking in there, and I'm like, and I never saw him again. Well, about halfway through, when I'm walking back to get the water, I see that person in front of me grab something out of the out of the frozen area, like the vegetables or something, and grabs something, turns around, looks at everybody like down the aisles, holding whatever she got, puts her finger up like she's number one, and just walked all the way through the store. Just fucking all matter of fact, like she fucking won some shit.
Like the fucking Breakfast Club.
Like she fucking won some. She was all determined with that one. She kept flipping it out like this to everybody. So bam, and she was all happy. Bam, and I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? And then I saw the dude with the 2X. I was like, oh, look at that guy stealing shirts.
You tried to steal another Rav.
I did. Okay, so then there's that guy, Damien. So we first get there, and Joy and I went and got food, and I got us food or whatever. I came back with Sonic, and we were all excited because we hadn't eaten in 42 hours because we were doing 26 miles an hour.
We were on a stagecoach.
Yeah, seriously, like it felt like this. It must have been like what it was like in the Old West. And so we're out there, and this dude, he like speaks real broken English, and he's like, oh, hey, where did you get the food? And I go, oh, yeah, dude, just go out here, turn right, man. There's a bunch of food places right down there. Cool. And I didn't see him again. Then I saw him later. You and I were doing something. I saw him again. He was just happened to be in the lobby again. And I go, oh, hey, dude, you find that food? He's like, oh, no, I was getting ready to. Go, all broken English. Oh, cool, man. Right. I go, yeah, it's my friend. And I was laughing at Joy. This is my friend. This is my friend. Next morning, I come down. You were starting to get things ready. I see him standing in line at the coffee thing. He waves at me from like across the room. It's like, hey, buddy. Right? I still don't know his name yet. So then I'm standing outside, and he's standing outside. And I go, oh. He goes, no, it was earlier in the morning, and I walk out to go to the Target, and I go bleep, 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 and I don't hear anything, and I'm grabbing the door, and I'm fucking pulling on it, and I'm fucking trying to open her fucking RAV door, and I go beep 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 beep, and then I hear it beeping like 4 cars down the way, and I'm like, oh my god, someone thinks I just ripped off their car, right? So I finally get, and I do everything. So I come back, and I get back in line. That's when I saw him. He waved at me, and then I'm back outside. Like I go back out to your car for something.
My banner.
And I'm parked next to the RAV now that I was trying to get into. And son of a bitch who's sitting in that RAV, that fucking dude Damien is sitting there, and I start cracking up. And I go, dude, I tried to get into your car a little while ago. And we're laughing, and then he's like, "Oh, listen, let me, introduce." And that's how I learned his name. He goes, Damien. And I go, "Okay, so it's Damien." He goes, "No." He goes, "Can I ask you to pronounce it Damien?" I go, "Okay, sure."
Cool.
Okay. So then I'm like, "Oh, your wife's an author." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, cool. So I'll be here all weekend too." Cool. Blah blah blah. We talk for a few minutes and laughing about the car, and I take off. So signing starts. We're hanging out. Joy's, oh, yeah, this little girl comes by, and there's a little girl, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah. She goes, yeah, the mom's having a hard time with the little girl because the dad's not helping her. He's really kind of being a pain in the ass and not helping. I go, oh, that sucks. And she goes, yeah. I go, where's she at? She looks over, and it looks over there, and there's that dude, Damien's in there. And I go, oh, it's my buddy. And Joy goes, that's fucked up.
Well, I mean, okay, we all have, a lot of us, Verling, have a lot of penis stuff on their table. Like I have lighters and
little
matches.
Kids shouldn't be there.
And I also had just purchased this huge John pillow. So I'm all, why is a little girl? And then like when we went to do the live reads, the little girl was in there, and I was all,
oh, I didn't know that.
I go, Tanya. And she's like, no, she's just here for the food. And I'm all, okay. Because, I mean, my stuff was fine, but I knew other authors were not
Not fine at all.
So then we finish the signing. We go upstairs. We eat. And I'd already had a couple shots by then. I took a shot of Fireball with Lane and Danielle. I took a shot of Jaeger. So I was already like, and I'm a lightweight. I'm a fat lightweight. That's just who I am. So we go upstairs, and then I go, and my friend Heather's there, and I fucking love this chick so much. Like, I met her.
We talked to her a long time the other night. Actually,
Yeah,
her and I, we had a good conversation. We were laughing. She got caught up on a lot of shit.
She's the best. Like, she seriously is the best. I met her in Mesquite 1,000 years ago. And one of my
You thought she was a lesbian.
I thought she was a lesbian.
You were like, I want to have a gay friend so bad. And she had her best friend was there, and they were really tight. So, and if you didn't know, I get it, because they were super tight. And
I'm dumb, yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it could have easily been.
So, and in fact, her friend was there too. Her friend's the one who cut my shirt for me. Her friend made my shirt look fucking awesome. And then so I get changed, and then we go down, and then John brings me a Sonic cup full of alcohol, and it disappears. It's empty. I don't know who drank it.
And it got refilled.
And then it got refilled, and I shouldn't have refilled it. And then I took a shot with Terry K.
That's the one.
And then
that's the one. You were fine with the 2 drinks. You were fine. It was the final blow was this extra shot.
It was bad. And I mean, there is pictures that Terry K posted of me trying to eat a cupcake, laughing hysterically. And I mean, Kelly Violet was like, girl, I had cookies all over the floor.
Kelly goes, I'm all done. She goes, I can't handle it no more. This shit's annoying. And she walked off.
Me? From me?
The whole thing, all of it, because everybody was loud, and she goes, I'm done.
We ended up talking later that night. I fucking
super funny, though. I love Kelly.
I love Kelly. I was having so much fun. One of the models was having a hard time, so I grabbed him, and I was like, John, fix him. I was
like, listen here, handsome. Listen here, you sexy son of a bitch.
And then you're
was
all...
it like in that Pixels or whatever? He's all,
you Nubian...
God, or whatever he calls it.
But we were talking, and I was like, da-da-da. I quit my job. I started my own business because he's a massage therapist as well. And I'm like, blah, my son was supposed to be here. I really wanted my son to meet you. And we're talking, and he just, looked so sad. So, in my head, I'm all, I must fix him. But I thought this. I'm like, I must fix him. I'm too drunk. If I try and fix it, it's going to look like I'm hitting on him, and I'm not. So I grab him, and I walk over, and I'm all, look, John, I present this to you. And then we're talking, and he's like, yeah, I'm 33. And I was all, oh.
Just babies.
Just, ow.
Babies.
And so then John ended up leaving me. He goes to bed.
I couldn't tell you. I was so tired at that point.
John goes to bed, and then I'm talking, and we're having fun. And I went, and I was talking to Heather, and then I was talking to Kelly, and then we're all talking. And then about that time, Kelly's like, okay, because Kelly drove home. And then I was like...
She drove home that night?
Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I'm done. And Heather, I was like, come on. So I took Heather, and we went upstairs. And I was like, Joy, you're drunk. I don't think I was being, crazy. I remember everything, but I was drunk.
You were hammered.
But I wasn't, was I?
You were drunk.
But was I wasn't
You were drunk. You were holding court wherever you went.
I did hold court.
Wherever you went, you were...
John, when you left, I got on the dance floor.
I know you're really...
Holy shit,
I was there after music was done, when they stopped. I was still up there, but I had probably, when I had walked out, you went and danced.
I danced on the dance floor. So then Kelly leaves, Heather and I go up, and I walk in the room. Well, I'm knocking, because we only had one key, because we lost the second key.
I found it.
Did you?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
So I'm knocking, and I'm like, oh no, what if he doesn't get up? What if he's sleeping? And I'm knocking, and then finally you're all, I'm coming, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fun right now. I'm fun Joy right now.
Grumpy. I was like, I'm coming. I was trying to I was awake the whole time.
So then you go.
You know what sucks is I was I was fighting. I was like, as soon as I fall asleep, as soon as I fall asleep, she's gonna come fucking knocking on
You
the
should have just left the thing.
Well,
in the
I was
door.
going to, but then I was like, oh no, what if I get roofied and raped? It's possible.
by Joy.
It's possible.
So then I walk in and I'm like, ooh. So I grab a bottle, but I don't like cold water. And all the waters were in the fridge. So they were cold because I can't drink them fast. So I poured liquid IV in and I drank a whole bottle of water with liquid IV. And I was like, okay, that should help. And then I grabbed hold of little John and fucking passed out so hard.
So I woke up, I don't know, a couple hours after that. And I was looking over and I go, what the fuck is happening right now? And that little penis pillow, it's not small.
It's like the size of my torso.
Joy is on her side. The Peter pillow has her mounted. It is mounted on top of her, like in position mounted, and she's on her side, and it's under the blanket. Like all you see is the mushroom head and her from the shoulders up. And I was like, fuck, man, that thing's really cheating. She's cheating on me with that thing. Is it alive? Is it trying to mount her right now?
Oh, I also told everyone that I was going to have to give up the butt. I told everyone.
You know how many people are like, oh my God, please take her upstairs right now. And I was like, she's broken. That's not happening. I go, that is definitely not happening tonight. She's broken. They're like, no, she's not. And I go, I would feel like like Cosby right now. It would be horrible. No.
I mean, I was having fun. I hope I didn't annoy anyone. Now I feel like...
me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
You always do.
Okay, fuck you. So anyway, I wake up and I am like... It was so bad, the smell of your lotion was like... I was all, oh my God. Oh my God. So then you leave to go get McDonald's. And I get in the bathtub, and I'm like, oh my God. So then I get out of I get out, and John has McDonald's, and
I knew it. Oh, I knew it.
I stared at this fucking sausage McMuffin, and I was like,
I think I even said it. I go, you're gonna take a bite, and you're gonna it's all coming out.
And I also drank another bottle of the Smart Water that you brought me with liquid IV in it. No. I puked like a fucking college freshman on her first frat night. Like, a little embarrassed. I'm a lot embarrassed.
Yeah, she was puking it up.
And then as soon as I puked, though, I ate the rest of that sausage McMuffin. I brushed my teeth. And then I was like, oh, okay.
Well, you weren't great, but you were like, okay.
I packed everything up. After I puked, I turned around and packed everything up in the bathroom.
And then we were kind of off and running.
And then we left. And
we got home. You took a good nap.
We got in the car, and I had little John, and he was sitting on my lap, and I had my arms around him, and my chin was on his mushroom head, and we drove home, and I just held him. And I mean, I must have looked like a survivor, because I was all...
All that people were going by, oh, no, that chick got hammered last night.
That chick got hammered. So then we got home, I stared at the wall, still haven't unpacked.
Took a nap,
and then...
Off to work we went.
Went to work the next day.
Here we are.
And here we are, Wednesday.
That was almost like the way we meant to do that. It was cool.
Also, so when we were driving to Malibu, we're driving, and it's taking us some fucking weird-ass ways. We passed the Kardashians' house, I'm pretty sure. Right. So we're driving, and there's this little Asian man doing, road direction. And he was just all by himself. And I go, out loud, I was like, I need to wave at that little Asian man. And I started waving, and John goes, holy fuck. I thought I need to wave at that little Asian man.
I did. I saw him, and I go, I'm going to wave at this guy. I think he needs to be waved at. And right then you waved, and I go, oh, my God. And you go, he needed to be waved at. And I go, oh, my God, he did. He fucking did need to be waved at. And
then we did something else where you're like, what the fuck? Like, we were like...
It was something else we did, too. It was pretty fun.
We were pretty in sync this weekend. Yeah, it was fucking so much fun. But I'm home, and it's sad because That's the only signing I had this. Well, I did like an Irwindale and I did a Lancaster, but this was the only big one this year. Next year.
Got some big ones coming next year.
Next year, John and I will be in Vegas the first weekend of June, and we will be in San Diego 2 weeks later.
The third week of June.
And I am so excited. And I told Tanya, it's Love and Devotion events. I told Tanya, I'm so glad the next signing isn't till June. And she goes, why? And I go, because I'm not drinking until June. And she goes, no, you'll drink. And I'm all, no, probably not.
We'll see.
I'm not.
I can't fart, but there's a burp for you.
All right. Lick clit surprise.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Welcome back, bitches.
They didn't go anywhere.
They did too.
Okay, bye-bye.
They're back now. Beach. That was weird. As soon as you did that, the button hit, and it was up. As soon as I touched your butt, it was like, I did that. Good day.